TV show on Kids Place Live. And, Tori, would you consider yourself to be a fancy person? I mean, you did just get married in a very fancy gown.
But that's not my normal day-to-day life. For example, right now, I'm wearing gym shorts and a t-shirt that I've had since 10th grade, so I would not call myself a fancy person.
Would you consider yourself to be a fancy wordsmith? Do you enjoy using fancy words?
Oh, well, in that case, you might call me a lexicographer, because I love learning new, big, fancy words.
Wow. Okay, I'm going to give you some fancy words, and I want you to take a guess at what they might mean, okay?
Okay.
All right. Let's start with, soiree.
A soiree?
Yeah?
Could that be the word for bandages that wrap around a mummy?
Oh, that's good, but no! A soiree is just a fancy word for party. So, if you are going to have a party, even if it's just an online party, because those are the times we're living in, you have to invite people to your soiree. It just sounds like a fancy party.
Can we have a soiree where we wrap ourselves up in soirees like mummies, though?
Sure, just don't use toilet paper, because as we all know, you gotta hold on to that stuff. You never know when you're gonna need 1,000 rolls of it. Okay, here's another one. Masticate. This is something that you do every single day. Everyone listening right now does this every single day.
Is it like gabbing and chatting and not being able to close your mouth because you're just like, nah, 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 masticating?
You are close in that it involves your mouth. To masticate means to chew, to chomp, to eat.
Oh.
That's what masticate means. So, if you are about to eat dinner, be like, I am about to masticate these tacos, and people will be like, what are you talking about? All right, here's another one. If it were to be pluvious outside, how would you describe the weather?
Say that one more time.
Pluvious.
Maybe dark and cloudy, about to rain?
Rainy! It means rainy.
Oh, I knew I was a genius.
So if it's raining outside and one of your friends says, oh, let's talk about the weather. What's the weather like there? You'd be like, oh, it's a little pluvious, but partly sunny later on this afternoon. Something like that. So use the word pluvious in place of rainy if you want to be fancy. All right, here's another one. Dysania.
Dysania.
Dysania?
Yes.
Dysania.
Dysania.
Or dysania. I'm hoping I'm reading my own writing correctly here.
Dysania.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, that sounds like someone's beautiful name.
It does.
My name was Dysania. It's a feeling. Dysania sounds like a bottled water company, so maybe it's the feeling of being thirsty.
Or refreshed. Nope and nope. Dysania is the feeling of finding it hard to wake up in the morning.
Oh, I feel this every day.
Yeah. Oh, it's so dysania.
Oh, this dysania is strong.
Okay. Oh, here's one. Graphospasm.
Oh, what now?
Graphospasm.
Raphospasm.
It's a graphospasm. It's something that happens to your body. Graphospasm.
Is it something that happens when you finally understand a concept in math that you've been trying to figure out forever, and then you unlock that puzzle and you get a little graphospasm?
Nope. Not even close. A graphospasm is that cramp that you get in your hand from writing too much. It could happen in school. It could happen when you're writing thank you cards, things like that. You get a graphospasm. So next time you get that little cramp in your hand because somebody is making you write too much, pull out that fancy word. They might catch you a break. All right, finally, actually I've got two more. All right, one more here. Darkle.
Darkle?
Darkle, it's a real word.
Is it a noun, verb, adjective?
It could be a noun or a verb or even maybe an adjective.
Well, that doesn't help me. Darkle. Darkle. Is that the name of a new TikTok dance move that I am going to have to learn in order to be cool?
Probably, but it's also something else. Actually, it's the opposite of something.
What?
What does the word darkle remind you of?
Dark.
Sparkle!
Sparkle. No, wait, is it the opposite of sparkle?
It's the opposite of sparkle. It's when things kind of suddenly become dark. Have you ever been like where there's like a light bulb that's going dark and it's suddenly like almost it slowly instead of sparkling to light, it sparkles to dark? That's a darkle.
One time I was in a movie theater getting ready to watch a movie, and Mindy, let me tell you, it darkled so quickly I screamed. I had a little, fear of the dark. And then we had to sit and watch the movie in the dark for the next 2 hours. Can you believe that?
That is what happens at movie theaters.
Really?
You watch movies in the dark. They turn off the lights and you watch movies in the dark.
Wow, it's just been so long since I've been to a movie theater. I forgot how it works.
Oh boy. Okay, one final fancy word for an ordinary thing. Rococo.
Rococo. Sounds like a very cute name for a dog.
It does, but it is a fancy word for another word.
Topic.
Maybe it's a fancy way of saying you're very hungry. Saying, oh, I feel a little rococo.
Rococo is a fancy word for fancy.
No.
Yep, it's just a fancier way of saying fancy. I'm feeling a little rococo today. Oh, I'm a little fancy.
Why does fancy need a fancier word for fancy?
Because you can never be too fancy. Now take all of these words, throw them in your little vocab bank in your brain, and then pull them out when you're feeling fancy or rococo. We'll be right back. It's the Absolutely Mindy Show on Kids Place Live. Coming up next, we are going to do a 60-second story involving words. New words for ordinary things. I'll give you your challenge coming up next.